All right, right here. Look, here's a good scripture for all to contemplate here. Let me see here. It says this right here. It says, and have no fellowship with the unfruitful works of darkness, but rather reprove them. So, uh, it's like, uh, it's basically, when you see something, when you see some funny business going on, you know, when you see, people, doing something that's weird, you don't go do it because because everyone's doing it. You know what I'm saying? Like they're talking about like they want to sacrifice animals again, which is this is tied in with the abomination of desolation. You know what I'm saying? This is tied in with that. And this is about to go on, you know what I'm saying? And to reprove something is like, even though it's proven, prove it again. Prove it to the point where people who are unskilled in it can easily prove it for themselves, so they don't participate in these works of darkness anymore, but either they can reprove them or expose them is even the way it's worded in another interpretation of that word. So this is all your truthers, all the red flagger types, all the people that study in conspiracy. Because I mean, even it says in the gospel, it says, we believe in the gospel of Jesus Christ. It says there was a conspiracy to kill John the Baptist. There was a conspiracy to kill Jesus. And it's stated that way. There was a conspiracy. There was a conspiracy to fake Jesus's death, or to falsify the information. There was conspiracies to kill, I think in Isaiah speaks of conspiracy. These are those works of darkness, these conspiracy things. Like, I went through the movie The Crow and showed 9/11 predictive programming and all these different crazy symbols and all this stuff. I mean, I didn't realize how deep it was until I watched it this time. And how it was almost like a snuff sacrifice film. It's crazy. But listen, I didn't partake in the filming of that. You know what I'm saying? Instead, since, I watched the movie, liked it, and now that I realized that these works of darkness were there all along and I couldn't see them before, now I went through and exposed them. And that's because that's our power and authority as being, ones who, speak on the gospel. That's some of the things that we're supposed to do, is expose these certain things that we're privy to now. That formerly we were ignorant of. We might even have participated in the works of darkness. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a very broad terminology there. The works of darkness. There's a lot of things that are works of darkness. Just listen. Just living in non-truths is works of darkness, because whoever made the person ignorant that's living in non-truth, there's darkness there. But then there's even a person who lies on intentionally. That's works of darkness. You expose these things. It's just about having proper discernment about all things. You know what I'm saying? At least you can call things out as they are, and then, or you can know the difference. You can be wise enough to say, I don't understand this here. I need to get a counsel with a couple other wiser people, that, you know what I'm saying, and make a group decision. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's like that, and then other times it's also like, it's to being able to tell the difference. You know what I'm saying? When something's genuine, when something's fake, when it's darkness or light, when it's hidden or it's in the open, it's transparent. You'll know the differences. But if you don't even know there's a difference, then you're in darkness already. You know what I'm saying? And we got to expose these things. You can expose people's darkness by testing their awareness. Ask them a few questions. Hey, man, what's the last thing you've seen on the news? That's simple. You know what I'm saying? What's the date today? These are simple questions to get inside a person's head. But then you can start, what do you think about this bill they're trying to pass? What do you think about this disaster? Ask them. See if they're aware. If they're not, they're in darkness. I mean, and sometimes that's just because some of these things are too hard for people to contemplate. You know what I'm saying? But if you're privy and you're aware, man, the damage is done. Now you're aware. Now you gotta, you know what I'm saying? once you start to reprove things, man, you just find out there's more and more. It's a conspiracy. There's more. There's more trails leading to correlated, co-conspiracy information, and then that's how come they call it the rabbit hole, because it's that big and deep. It is like that, but there's a lot of fake stuff out there too, and you gotta expose as much as you can to the best of your ability. You know what I'm saying? Some stuff, it's all, if it's relevant somehow, speak on it. If it's not, don't speak on it unless you need to. You know what I'm saying? And then, little issues, petty issues, let's get out of the petty stuff. Let's look at the bigger picture, the broader picture. You know what I'm saying? And explain the broad before you go and try to, if you make it personal, it becomes personal. But if you keep it not personal, so it affects broadly, no one can come at you and take it personal until you make it personal. You start calling out people. Instead, you can call out their ideology, and none of them, they're all off the hook because you ain't calling them out themselves. But the minute you call them out, it's an attack. But when you call out the ideology and its error in it, you're not really attacking anyone. You're attacking something that's outside of us. So you're not really attacking people, and that's the better way to get to people's hearts, is to attack the errors in their belief system without attacking them directly. You know what I'm saying? And that's a better way. That's an open-minded way. You know what I'm saying? It's a way to get into their mind, is through the heart. You know what I'm saying? Just like they're trying to propagandize us. Propaganda. Point out the propaganda, the lies. That's more of the works of darkness. And Ephesians 5:11 is your authority to be a truther, to be a guerrilla journalist, to be someone who loves the truth and reveres it, and tries to do the best they can to you're helping others. Because when you're living a lie and you're unaware of it, in a way you're a slave to that lie. So in a way you set people free by waking them up. I mean, it's difficult either way, but it's better to at least be aware of what you're into than be oblivious. And that's all you got to encourage, is you ain't got to tell no one nothing. Just encourage them to start thinking critically again, and think to some extent for themselves, and to do a little bit of their own research, to go out, Google, read some books, go to the library. You know what I'm saying? Watch some documentaries, man. That's all it takes, man, is little by little. And before you know it, you got the tools that you need to go out and learn whatever you don't know now. You got to equip people with the tools first. And this is one of the ways you can do it through the Bible, is that verse right there, Ephesians 5:11.